Hello and welcome to GBR. Today you find us with the guys racing from the MRC in the Infinity Series, Season 13. For the top guys, this is round 2. And if you can't guess, we are at Interlagos for this race. Group 3s for this one. As I said from the last one, obviously the even numbers are Group 3s and the odd numbers are the Group 4 cars. So obviously they pick this. Well, they've got the same manufacturer. They just have to use the Group 3 car for this round. After 10 minutes of qualifying, Tommy Concrete is on pole in the Lamborghini. In second place we have Toby, his teammate, in a Lamborghini. In third place we have Moose in the Genesis, with the biggest wang you ever seen. In fourth place you have Golden Brownie in the Honda. In fifth place we have Fabuki in the Toyota. Sixth place we have Kevin in the Merc. Fat Pickles in seventh in the McLaren. Eighth place is Midnight in the Toyota. Ninth we have Midas in the Renault. Tim in 10th place in the Honda. In 11th place we have Panos in the Merc. And in 12th place we have Leeds in the Ferrari. So that is your drivers for this round, only 12 for it. So I will, well, I'm guessing as someone's already commented that it is coming through live, I will just double check before. It's going well. You can hear me? Yep. Cool. Right, so let's get this one moved to the front of the grid. Underway for an hour here at Interlagos. 5 lights and away we go. Tommy there moving over to the left to stop his teammate from getting in front of him as we're coming down towards turn 1, but has allowed Moose to fly up the inside. Moose has gone flying off there. What's happened to Moose? He's going to be at the back now. Let's get a good start, it seems. There's Moose off the line up into P1. And it looked like it was Toby sending him to the shadow realm. Not really sure if that was Toby's internet or what. I'll just have a look at this one as we're coming through. It's a little bit jittery at the beginning. Yeah, I think that might have been internet lag there from Toby. Put Moose into the wall, but Tommy there, he still leads the way. He's got Golden Brownie right behind him. And Kevin moved up a couple of spots there in third place. Toby in fourth, so he's dropped down 2 places from that start. Midas there. Is he going for the move at the inside? No. Toby, no, he does back out that one. Tim there, he's had a great start up to 6th place. Fabuki in 7th. Panos in 8th. Fat Pickles in 9th. Leeds has moved up a few into 10th. Midnight dropped down to 11th, and obviously moves there at the back, trying to get going. Kevin there, he's made his way up to 2nd place. He's got Golden Brownie there on his inside through this left-hander, through the infield. Looks like Golden Brownie's just going to hold off. Is he ahead of Kevin? No, they're still side by side. All this side by side action is just going to allow Tommy to pull away at the front here, but Golden Brownie holds on to that 2nd spot from Kevin. As we're coming up to the final corner here. And a few little taps there from Kevin, pushing Golden out wide onto the main straight here. Golden's going to drop down to 4th place now behind Toby. He's just going to slip in behind as we're coming up towards the line. But Tommy there leads the way by a good over a second, I would say, over Kevin, these two are fighting hard for this 2nd place. Kevin's gone in deep, allowed Toby to get back past him. So Kevin made a position at the beginning of the straight and then lost it again at the end. But Golden Brownie, he's coming back for revenge. coming up towards turn 4. He's going to be on the outside, so it's going to be a tricky one to make the move here. Golden Brownie on Kevin. Kevin there, he does just stay in front of Golden Brownie as it comes through. Midas there, he's going to be having a look on Golden Brownie now. So the Greek team find their way forward as it seems at the moment, but Midas just can't get alongside Golden Brownie. Kabuki there in 6th place, trying to go around the outside. Ooh, Tim there, and who's that? That's Panos going side by side, coming through this infield section. A little bumping and barging early on in the race. Fat Pickles there, he's got a half-second penalty in 8th place. He's side by side with Fabuki. So Fabuki drops a couple of spaces through this infield section. Leads there, he's still in on the action, so he hasn't spun it out yet. I'll give it 5 laps. I'll give it 5 laps. Obviously, I would say if I'm wrong, I'd eat my hat, but I don't really want to be doing that. So, but Fat Pickles, he serves this penalty now. He's going to drop back from 8th down to 11th place now. He's there in trouble. Looks like he is catching up. He doesn't look like he's too far behind the guys. Obviously, they are all fighting currently, and he's having a nice bit of smooth track. Tommy leads the way. He's got Toby, his teammate, behind him. They've both got a nice little bit of a gap. Kevin's opened up over Golden Brownie. Third out for Midas there in 5th from the Renault. He's ahead of Tim in the Honda. Second Honda on track. Kabuki there, he's trying to fight his way back past Panos as we're coming up to the infield section. These 4 drivers nose to tail as they're coming in. Fat Pickles not too far behind. Kabuki there going out wide on the entry to the first apex, and then did Kabuki get a tackle, or did he just have to slam the handbrake on? Let's have a look as we're coming through here. He's got Panos behind him. Let's have a look. Yeah, he does get a tap from Panos behind, and then Panos is trying to wait, but he's got cars behind him that want to get past, which is a bit unfortunate for Leeds, Fat Pickles and Midnight. Midnight's gone up the inside there of Panos. Ooh, a little squeeze there between Midnight, Panos and Kabuki coming through the second head. One hand there in front on the infield, but Fabuki's got away scot-free for the time being. I'm sure Panos will try and have another look at the Toyota in front of him if he can. Fat Pickles, he's got his way back to 9th place. He's got ahead of Leeds and Midnight through that little kerfuffle on the infield. You can see there, Moose really isn't that far behind now. 32.2, where these guys are 36 dead. Also 34, yeah, so 36s. So yeah, 3 to 4 seconds of Moose caught up in 1 lap. But you can see now on the mini map top right that there's definitely a gap between Fabuki here in 7th and Tim in 6th place. Good 3-4 seconds, maybe a bit more. About 4 seconds. Looking at the timing of the lap between Tim and Fabuki. Obviously, 2 different compounds of tyre have to be run for this race, so you can go for the softs, mediums, if it's one stop or soft, medium, however you want to play it. Obviously, if you want to run the hards, you can, but I do feel that the fuel for Group 3s, they do burn through it a little bit quicker than the Group 4s, so the harder, I think, to do a one stop here, especially with how long this start finish straight really is from that left hander at the bottom of the hill. It's just a rise all the way up to the braking zone here. Turn 1, which is then when it starts to go downhill. Tommy there with a 31.7, fastest lap at the moment. Toby with 31.9. Everyone's going to be on the softs at the moment. 32.1, 31.8 to Golden Brownie. Slowly catching up to Kevin in front. Midas there, 32.6. Tim with a 32.2. So he's catching up to Midas in front of him. Vicky there, he's still just ahead of Panos pulling over to the left to break that slipstream early, and then having to pull over back to the racing line for turn 4. That's going to be a penalty, I believe, for Panos. All 4 wheels are over the curbing. Yes, he does. Oh, and Fat Pickles, I didn't know if he did as well, but he's gone over and picked up a half second, so that's going to drop him back behind Midnight when he serves it at the beginning of the start finish straight, which is probably cost you more like 2 seconds, that penalty. Moose has got up to Leeds and got past him. I think these two are teammates as well, so Leeds probably just could see that Moose was flying up behind him. Moose did qualify 3rd, so he's got the pace in that Genesis. And Leeds there in 12th place, so they're all fairly close, especially at the back of this pack as well. The front is kind of separated out a little bit at the moment, but everyone, as I've flicked through, is on the soft tyre, so everyone having the same advantage as each other. No one started on the mediums. I think with the 80% fuel, yeah, 80% fuel, yes, because I think it's 60% on the Group 3 series. So yeah, 80% fuel. I don't think it's worth going for the mediums because they just last probably too long compared to the softs. Through turn 4 here, there, the front 6 here, all covered within 8 seconds, 7-8 seconds between Tommy and Tim. So nice, all fairly spaced out as well. Tim's probably the closest one at the moment to. Anyway, I think Golden's not too far behind Kevin either. They're about the same gap between the two Honda drivers and their rival teammates in front of them. What says lap time? 32.4, 32.5. So yeah, he's pulling away from the guys behind him who are fighting. Midnight's got through into 8th place now, so he's got ahead of Panos. He's going to try and then pull away and try and catch up to his teammate there in 7th place. Panos there in 9th. Tyres, I don't know, these tyres are pretty, everyone's about the same, it looks like. Back Pebbles haven't got a half-second penalty this time round, so is he going to have the speed to try and catch up to that in front of him? Looks like he's got the slipstream. Is he going to go for the move? No, he's not. He's going to sit in behind, and Panos looks like he's got it very deep, which just allowed Fat Pebbles just to slip on through up to 9th place. It's unfortunate for Panos, just obviously 10 metres late on the brakes, and that's just sent him wide, and he's now got a Moose behind him. Coming up to turn 4, is Moose going to have a look? No, he's going to be covered off coming in. Panos defended into the left-hander of turn 4. But I do feel that Moose, he's used a lot more fuel and tyres than Panos to catch up to the back of the pack. See how we can get through. We'll see how far he can get up through the field now. That's that unfortunate net code at turn 1, lap 1. He's there. He's staying with the guys in front as well, so he's not dropped off. And my prediction of 5 laps, completely wrong. He's on lap 7 and he's still with the pack, so he hasn't binned it yet. So hats off to Leeds for the moment. Just trying to see it. Ooh, there's a battle there, it looks like, between Midas and Tim. There's Tim got the legs to catch up to that Renault. That Renault seems to be fairly quick in a straight line, not really allowing Tim to close up too much with that slipstream, but Tim looking mighty racy there as we come through turn 3 of the centre S's. Looks like Midas has just been able to eke out a car length over Tim. Austin really all about defending into turn 4. Now we come to the infield section once again. Here's Tim just going to sit behind and then try and get a little bit closer out of the last corner to make an attack at turn 1. right up behind him. Just sticking to the racing line. Obviously the quickest way to go. Making it hard for Tim to try and make a move. But it looks like Fubuki is catching 32.3, 32.2, 33.3. So yeah, quarter of half a second on the last lap. So obviously where these two are fighting a little bit. It's a little bit of defensive driving. I'm guessing from some corners on the last lap from Midas. Just slowed up. But Tim now he's right under the wang of Midas. Coming up towards turn 1. Midas goes to the outside. He's going to give Tim the inside. No, Midas cuts back in front of him. Don't know if there was contact there between the two of them. It looks like Tim's having to yield off and let Midas go. So there must have been a little bit of contact, and that has allowed Fubuki to slip right up to the slipstream of Tim now. And 2.8 seconds off that round. So yeah, they're about 3 seconds ahead of Fubuki, who's just caught up and overtaken Tim without even asking. Didn't even take him out for dinner and just snatched that one away from him. Midnight there, he's got Fat Pickles right behind him. So teammates of Fat Pickles, Tim and Golden, they're kind of fighting. Well, Golden's obviously a teammate of these guys, of Tim and Fat Pickles, but yeah, fighting with the two Toyotas. Now will Fubuki try and catch up to the rear end of Midas and think about trying to make a move up towards turn 1. Midas, he's got worse rear tyres than Fubuki, so he's going to struggle a little bit more to get the power down. Obviously everyone else is very similar boat really. We're going to struggle a little bit to get the power down, but it looks like Midas has got enough of a gap at the moment. Midnight there, just ahead of Fat Pickles. Is Pickles going to go for a move? Moves there in 10th place, so he's going to have to get past Panos. It looks like he's had a little incident somewhere, but Fat Pickles goes to the outside of Midnight into turn 1. Not really much point trying to go for the cutback here, because through the SS section it's very hard to do so. Let's just try and get the run out through this long left-hander onto this mini back straight. Fat Pickles right behind. He goes to the left-hand side of Midnight. Slips it up the inside, gets that move done nicely there. Midnight looks like he's going to try and fight back now as we're coming up through towards turn 6 now. He's going to be on the outside. It's going to be a struggle to keep it there, especially with how worn the tyres are. Yeah, Fat Pickles does just hold on for the time being. Can Midnight go around the outside? No, he's not. He's just going to kind of slip in behind. Try and keep out a little bit of the dirty air from Fat Pickles. But 15 minutes in, and it looks like I reckon we'll be coming into pit stop cycles in the next 3-4 laps with fuel of some of these guys. It's in there, his fuel already flashing, so he'll be coming in potentially at the end of lap 11. But Fubuki there, he is on a charge to try and catch up to Midas. Got his wiper blades on, trying to deflect the air over the top of that Supra. He's come up towards turn 1. He's not close enough this time round by the looks of it. No, he's not, but definitely caught up through the braking zone and the mid corner on Midas. So is that going to give him a chance to go for a move now up towards turn 4? Seems to be where a lot of the moves are happening, either turn 1 or turn 4. Set turn 1 up to Midas has gone deep, tried to cut back in front of Fubuki, and Fubuki was there and chucked his car in front of him. So Fubuki's on the same move on Tim and Midas on the same corner, about 3 laps. So Fubuki clearly feeling comfortable through turn 4 to slip in and make that move. Notice someone's in the pits. Moose has come into the pits, so his tyre is probably absolutely cooked. He's gone to the mediums now with pretty much a full tank, probably about a lap less on the full tank. Tommy there, he's going to be probably coming into the pit, I'd say, at the end of, could be the end of this lap, which won't be very long as he pulls to the left hand side. Looks like he does. So Tommy, he's coming into the pit. Toby, he's going to be coming in as well. Kevin, he's going to go around, but Golden Brownie's going to be coming into the pit. So Kevin's got about another lap worth of fuel to go. Kabuki's fuel lights on. Looks like Tim's coming into the pit. Yes, he does. Kabuki's pulled a little bit of a gap now over Midas. Fat Pickles, he comes in. It looks like Midnight went through. So a lot of these guys coming in now. Leeds going through, and Panos going through. Moose is obviously the first one to make the pit stop as well. So obviously there'll be a bit of a mix at the moment, whilst obviously the pit cycles are going on. It's really hard to know exactly where the top 6 currently will feed out into the pack once they have been in the pits. But Tommy there, he's filled up to 91%. Toby 85, Golden 87, Fat Pickles, Tim's on to 88. So all going to around about 90%. Fat Pickles, he's going for 96, so probably the most I think out of anyone. Put in fuel, so might be that McLaren just a little bit juicier than the cars around him. But we'll see Tommy there, so he does come out in front of Toby. Bit of a gap now to Golden Brownie. But I'll jump on to Kevin, see if he comes in at the end of this lap. Might be enough for one more, I don't know. It's hard to tell exactly. I don't think it's going to be. No, it's not. So Kevin's going to be coming into the pit. Looks like probably everyone else will be as well. Fat Kabuki. Midas there with a nice bit of lag coming in. Hopefully that doesn't give him a 3-second penalty for cutting over the pit entry line. Midnight comes in, and so does Leeds, and then the last one is Panos. So yeah, everyone now, end of lap 12, has been into the pit, and we'll see now where they feed out with the rest of the drivers. As Tommy comes up the hill, there's 2 drivers there fairly close to one another, Fat Pickles and Moose. So yeah, Moose didn't put as much fuel in. He's been able to catch up to the rear end of Fat Pickles. He's going to give him a good run for his money. Kevin's only put 70% of fuel in, and 72 for Midas, 81 for Buki. Midas has stayed on the softs, by the way. Midnight's going to 100%. Leeds, where's Leeds? Leeds has gone to 100%. Panos gone for 71. So the Greek drivers all going for about 70%. Midas went for the softs. Everyone else, I think, is on the mediums. So we'll see at the end of this lap where everyone has really come out. I say if there's any battles after the pits. So yeah, Midas has been able to jump from Buki in the pits, but that would be just due to Buki put about 70% fuel in as well. Not as might put more in than Midas. Yeah, that's how he's been jumped. Tim there, about the same. Fat Pickle still got a Moose behind him, who have jumped Midnight where he's gone for the 100%, and Panos, he's been able to get back up to and past Leeds at the moment, and Leeds still leads on his out lap. So yeah, he jumped in the pits, did Panos. But after 21 minutes, we'll call it, Tommy is leading the way with Toby in second, Kevin third, which I'm looking at tyres as well, everyone so far on mediums. Golden in fourth place. Midas, he's the first one on the soft tyres, so he's got to go for mediums. He's going to be doing 2 stops. Ibuki on the mediums, Tim there in 7th on mediums, Fat Pickles on the mediums, Moose mediums, Midnight 10th mediums, Panos 11th mediums, and Leeds in 12th mediums. So yeah, only Midas who went to the soft tyre, so he's got, how far has he got to catch up to Golden Brownie in front, about 4.5-5 seconds to Golden. It's doable. It is doable because I think the medium lap times were well, for me, I know they're about mid-33s. Obviously you can do low 32s on the softs. So yeah, if he gets about a second a lap, so it'll be about 4 or 5 laps before Midas potentially could be up the rear end of Golden Brownie. And trying to go for a move maybe. Depends how long them softs are going to, how much he's going to take out of them, catching up to Golden. And if he's going to have enough tyre left to make a move when he gets there. But obviously, we're going to put a play a little bit, I reckon, from Fubuki and Tim. You can probably just see him just slowly after every lap, just pulling away. And, but then obviously these guys will know that when it comes to the end, these guys are probably, if they're going, I think Fubuki will make 70% if he'll last to the end, so he'll be coming to the hit. Probably putting on some softs. I think everyone will probably be doing a 2-stop. So yeah, they'll be on. Everyone else will be on the softs, where Midas will be on the mediums. He'll just be falling back through the pack at the end of the race, which will be kind of, it is kind of a bit hard to kind of see. You think I've had a good race, and yeah, you will potentially slowly fall back through the pack. Fat Pickles and Moose having a good battle here for 8th and 9th place at the moment. Fat Pickles just seems to have the edge over Moose at the moment, which just can't seem to get on alongside the McLaren of Fat Pickles. Midnight there in 10th place. Right, everyone now probably have done their first line lap. Them three all very close. Panos there, a couple of times slower. Leads there, a couple of quicker than Panos. So Panos is just slipping back a little bit, and he has got a lighter car as well. So maybe just a little error here or there for Panos. There, he's doing 32s on the mediums. 32.8, 32.8. What is this lap? 32.8. Oh, what a guess. So 3 laps, 32.8. So he's just going to be 32.7, 32.9, 30. Oh, so Toby is attempts quicker than Tommy over the last couple of laps. And Kevin there, really pushing it on the exit of the centre Esters there, riding that curve. That can be horrible, it can spit you out if you get it wrong. But yeah, Kevin there, just a little bit of time to Toby in front of him on the last lap. Golden there is just in the low 33s at the moment. Seem to get into the 32s on their mediums. Midas there, mid 32s. So he's been catching about half a second a lap to Golden in front of him. Being on them soft tyres, you can already see how much tyre wear he's got. He's going in a lap later, and he's already got more tyre wear than Golden Brownie on the mediums. Got in that corner is Golden Brownie, getting as much out of the track as little out of the track as he can, making it the shortest route possible. May not be the quickest, but it's definitely the shortest. Fubuki there, still ahead of Tim. These two look like they're going to be locked in for a race-long battle at the moment, by the looks of it. Same with Fat Pickles and Moose. Obviously Midnight not too far behind either as well, in 10th place. I'm just going to have a quick drinks break. Half a second over Moose that time round, and Midnight 34.2, lost about half a second to Moose, which also let Panos gain up 9 tenths. These 36 might have had a penalty on the last lap, that's why it's a 36, and he's just dropped off the back end of Panos, but yeah, leads definitely getting a bit more confident. Obviously he changed through from the pad to the wheel a couple of months back now, getting a little bit more consistent, because he couldn't make it even one lap without bending it, and he's on 16 so far. Fairly consistent laps that he's coming in at. De is coming into the infield as Tommy is coming out onto the start-finish straight. Got a little bit quicker on lap 16:35, 32.8 for Toby, so just a couple attempts. Kevin there, much the same at 32.7. Golden Brownie at 33.1, so yeah, just not been able to get into the 32s. Midas there with his fastest lap of the race were 31.9 last time round, 33.5 to 33.3, so the crossover could potentially be fairly soon, so Midas used too much of them tyres trying to catch up to Golden Brownie, and now he's going to start to pay the price, and just that gap's going to stay the same because it's about 2.5 now, so he has brought about 2 seconds since the pit, but just not enough at the moment. Luki there, he's pulled away a little bit over Tim, who has got a second penalty at the moment. Not really sure what, probably turn 2. The right hand at the bottom hill was so easy just to ride the curb a little bit too much, and it was just hanging off a little half-second penalty, which is cruel. There are other ways of kind of serving the penalty really, but especially on a track where the straight is a key part if you haven't got a penalty. It does hamper your speed when you serve it, for sure. Pat Pickles still ahead of Moose, so he's trying to pull out a little bit of a gap over Moose. Moose went 2 tenths quicker the last time round, so kind of ebbing and flowing between these two drivers, pretty much the same as Fubuki and Tim, just up in front of them. Midnight there, he's apart from lap 16. Midnight had a decent lap the last time round, 33.2 and 33.5 to a 33.6. 34. So yeah, these guys are all within a tenth or 2 of each other, so really are very similar in pace. Panos there with 32 dead, so he's got up half a second again on Midnight that time round. So Panos is finding some pace. Obviously he has got a lot lighter car than Midnight. Midnight's still got 75%, where Panos has got about 45. So that's going to be helping him slowly and surely catching up to Midnight in front of him. And he's there in 12. So is the gap between Tommy and Toby. So they're doing about the same lap times, about 3 seconds or so between him and Toby, and about 2 seconds between Toby and Kevin. Golden Brownie is about 5, maybe 6 seconds off Kevin from ahead. Looks like Midas has been able to catch up that time to Golden Brownie this lap round. 33.1, 32.8, only 3 tenths, but it looks like that gap has come down a bit more than that before. 32.6. Yeah, so he caught about a second in the last 2 laps, so maybe the tyres haven't gone off for Midas, because Golden doing pretty much low 33s at the moment, where Midas is mid 32s to mid 33, so a bit inconsistent, but them tyres are already halfway warm, and he's done, what lap did he come in? Lap 12, so he's done 8 laps. Expect him to be going to about lap 24 before he comes into the pit, which will then be onto the mediums for the last stint would be for him. Fubuki there, he's got a little bit of a gap now to Tim in 7th. Fat Pickles just opened up a little bit of a gap over Moose. It seems to be all spreading out again later on in these, not really later on, because look how much fuel and tyre that Midnight's got. It's only probably a third into their second stint. Currently, but Panos there is definitely catching up to Midnight. 33.7, yeah. And I will go on for a lap guide with, I'll go for Fubuki because he's just got onto the line now. We'll go on the roof of the car, come across the timing line up towards turn 1, and it's a drop downhill here. And this is where you can easily pick up a penalty if you cut that curve too much. Through the centre as we go this long left hander onto the short back straight. Have a little bit of a breather that you can get before you enter up into the infield section. 100 metre board, just look for that, and then apply your brakes, get it slowed down nicely. You don't want to run out wide onto that green because that is just like ice. It will just pull you off the track and you'll get a penalty. And then up towards the infield section we've got now blowing start to it. This pretty much triple right hander here. It just gets tighter and tighter. Over to the left hand side for this left hander. It's a tricky corner, goes downhill, then goes back up through that one corner and then over to the left hand side for this right hander. And then we're coming out then of the infield section through this double left. Two lefts really, a little bit of a straight between them, and then in through this last corner. Well, I might call it last corner because this is just a straight all the way uphill now from there. So that's what I mean, the drive that you need to get out that last corner is crucial to get that penalty. Is just killer. And up towards the start finish line once again. So that is a lap of Interlagos. And a decent lap of 33.4 there from Fubuki. Same lap time as Tim behind, pretty much. That Pickles there, 33.9, 33.6 for Moose, 33.4 for Midnight, 33.4 for Panos. So they're all slowly catching back up to that Pickles. The last time, 33.2 there for Leeds. So Leeds there going quicker than the guys in front. It looks like how far is he behind? About 4 seconds. Behind Panos. So it looks like he's just not got the heat. You know, it's such a tight field. You know, you think, oh, I'm doing well, I'm catching 2-3 temps, but that's only the guy in front where everyone else is doing such similar lap times. It's going to be really hard to gain a massive advantage over the guys in front. How close is Midas to Golden Brownie? Looks like that gap's starting to open up now, so the tyres for the Renault looks to have that crossover between the softs and the mediums. Looks like it has happened now. That gap has definitely opened up. It was about 2 seconds. We'll stay here and see what it is. Golden Brownie crosses the line. And where is the timer? 3, 4. Yeah, about 3 seconds now between Golden Brownie and Midas. So yeah, you see there 7 temps opened up that lap. Golden Brownie about halfway, nearly coming up to halfway on his front right tyres, and about 30% of fuel. So yeah, so mediums last longer than the fuel. Fubuki 33.7. So yeah, he's catching up to Midas now, so he's going to have a couple of laps before Midas comes into the pit, because yeah, I would say you've only got about another 2, maybe 3 laps on them tyres before you have to come into the pit. Probably about the same amount on fuel as well. So yeah, probably lap 25 I would think that Midas is coming into the pit, which would be probably the first one to do so. Tim there, it looks like he has been catching up to Fubuki last lap as well. So Tim hasn't gone away from taking the fight to Fubuki with 23.5 minutes left of this race to go. Moose and Fat Pickles are still together as they're coming up to the end of lap 23. pretty much exactly the same lap times, like Midnight is a tenth slower, Panos with a couple of tenths slower as well, so we'll just say all ebbing and flowing. Like one little mistake, you miss your braking point, go a little bit deep and you lose a couple of attempts that lap, and on the next lap the driver in front does the same and you catch that time straight back up, and yeah, it's just so hard, especially in these races where everyone is so fairly evenly matched as best it can be. See, cars do make a difference as well. Looks like Toby's been struggling the last couple of laps into the 33s, high 33 the last time out. Kevin there was nearly a second quicker than Toby on the last lap, so I don't know if Toby had a penalty or just run it out wide. Like he was running out wide then, but the old McDonald's Wi-Fi came back and put him back on the track. Through the last corner, but yeah, Tommy there, he's been in 32s every lap. First lap there, he goes into the 33, so that might be a little bit of tyre wear slowly starting to kick in. Toby there, a couple of attempts slower. Kevin matched Toby as well, so yeah, these two probably going to be fighting for second place. Midas there, he comes in at the end of lap 25, so I was right, he didn't really have enough to go any more than that. So Golden Brownie has kind of not been released, but so I'll have to look into his mirrors as much now. He's got a bit of clean air around him. See there on the mini map, the little red arrow. Plenty of time in front of him, plenty of time behind. Now that Miles has pitted, and obviously he'll be going to the mediums now, to the end of the race. Fubuki there, still got Tim behind him. Tim just going slightly a little bit quicker at the moment. Tyre wear for Tim on the rear is a lot worse than the Supra. Could always be brake balance and how you drive the car, how you get the power put down on track. But however they're doing it, Tim is still matching Fubuki even on worse tyres. He's got a little bit less fuel than Fubuki in front of him. But Pickles, he's opened up a little bit of a gap now over Moose by the looks of it. 33.3, 33.9. Yeah, so just that 6 tenths. Looks like Moose is struggling a little bit on this lap. Tyre wear between the two of them about the same. Moose a little bit worse on that front right. He's got Midnight. Midnight's been closing in on Moose. Panos there riding the grass and the curb on the exit of that last corner. Just going to slow him down that little bit. Up this long start finish straight. Leads there in 11th now. Midas, he's on the mediums. So he has done his required 2 tyres. Not first one, he's the first one to get to the end now after his pit stop, but everyone now has done their required. But Toby and Kevin are going to be having a good old fight by the looks of it to the pits when it happens. It's not going to be long. Kevin's got very minimal fuel, so could be Kevin coming in this lap. And Toby's Wi-Fi absolutely shitting itself right now. The car gets close and it just doesn't know what to do, it seems. But we'll see if Kevin's going to be coming into the pit, and then that's going to give probably Toby 1 lap before he thinks about coming in. Oh, what's Toby doing? Is he going round? No. Toby's coming into the pit. God knows what his Wi-Fi was doing then, but he didn't want him to come into the pit by the looks of it. But Golden Brownie's going to slip into second place. With them two in front and pitting. Johnny's got about the same amount of fuel. Tyre wear about the same as well. So them two going about the same. Fubuki about the same as well. Tim there looks like he's going to be coming into the pit at the end of this lap. But we'll see between Kevin and Toby where they come out. Will they come out in front of... Ooh, Fat Pickles. What's happened to Fat Pickles? He had a 37.8. Actually, I was talking that he was just pulling away nicely from Moose. And I don't know if he's had a penalty or what he's done on the last lap, but he's dropped himself down. Where was he? 8th. Where he was now. But he was ahead of Moose, and now he's behind Moose and Midnight. So just slotted into the gap between Midnight and Panos at the moment. Toby there, he's come out on the medium tyres. About 6% fuel. Kevin's go out on the soft tyres. Just a little bit more fuel, so it's going to be interesting to see if Toby can hold off Kevin, because there is about a second or so difference in lap time between the two tyres, so yeah, it'll be interesting to see how far Toby can stay ahead of Kevin. Midas there in 11th. Lee's has just been into the pit and come out again for Buki, and Tim have come into the pit. So Tommy and Golden Brownie going around one more time. Moose is coming into the pit. Midnight's going around. Fat Pickle's going around. Panos is coming into the pit. So everyone's doing their pit cycles again. Very similar strategies for everyone. So now this will be the interesting part of this is their first proper flying lap after going over the timing line to see how quickly Kevin can catch up to Toby. Vicky there put 56% on, and he's gone to the soft tyres. Interesting, so some of these guys are going for the mediums, some are going for the softs by the looks of it. Tim's gone to the softs. Moose and Panos, let's see which sides of them to go to. Moose is gone to the softs, and Panos has gone to the softs, so these went back to the mediums. Tommy's coming into the pit now. Looks like Golden Brownie getting it lit up out that last corner. He's going to be coming into the pit. He's got running on fumes by the looks of it. To the pit he comes. 2% left, so not much. Fat Pickles and Midnight's Fat Pickles has got ahead of Midnight now. Possibly this lap, I would think. So Midnight's got a load more fuel than Fat Pickles. Are any of these two going to be coming to the pit? Yes, they do. So they've got loads more fuel than they needed to put in. Or was that strategic to not be in the pits for that long for their second pit? Final bit, I should say. But Tommy, he's put his fuel in. He's coming out of the pits now. Toby and Kevin, they're going side by side through turn 1, through the centre S's they go. Toby just holds off Kevin. Tommy, where's Tommy? Tommy's already coming up to turn 4. So Tommy's got a nice little advantage now over Toby. Always be easy to maintain that to the end of the race. And Golden Brownie, he's come out back into 4th place for Golden Brownie. Midas, he's got Kabuki right up his tailpipe, but Midas obviously had to go to the mediums. This is where I said earlier that he's going to be struggling now with the guys behind being on the soft tyres and catches up to him, but obviously everyone's kind of spread out, so he might not lose that many positions. It might only be to Kabuki and maybe Tim, because Tim's not too far behind, but he's got 14 minutes to catch up, about 5 seconds. Midnight there in 8th place. He's jumped Fat Pickles, who once again has got Moose right behind him. So these two going to the end, it looks like side by side. Panos there too far behind in 11th and leads in 12th place. But Toby and Kevin, how has Kevin been able to get alongside Toby through the last corner? Does he just get the drive out? So I don't know if there's any contact between the two of them. He might have just been able to just push Toby wide. Coming on to the start finish straight. Kevin on the left hand side. Toby on the right. Is Toby going to be able to hang this around the outside? He's on the medium tyres to Kevin's softs. So Kevin's just been able to break that fraction later, having that little bit extra grip, and been able to take that second place away from Toby. That will just be because they're on the two different tyre compounds. The lap before 32.4 to 33.2. So yeah, the last lap was only a couple of tenths difference. So yeah, we'll see if Toby can hang on in there, because Kevin could burn his tyres up, having to push to stay ahead of Toby. Toby could have a chance of getting back that second place. Maybe even on the last lap, who knows? Take your guesses here. Golden Brownie in fourth. Rookie, he's got past Midas and is checking out. He's not far from Golden Brownie in fourth. What was their lap time? Golden Brownie was on an out lap, so it's hard to tell. See what it is this time round, but it looks like Midas, he's already being caught by Tim. So fight now for sixth place between Tim and Midas. Going by how quickly Kabuki's got past and driven off. I don't think Tim's going to be holding back much either. Get a good drive coming out of that last corner. He's going to be right up behind the Renault. Probably try and ball to the left hand side if he can. Midas doesn't cover it off through this little left kink. No, Tim there just darts up the left hand side of Midas. He's going to be on the inside now for turn one. Gets it stopped in front of him, parks it on the apex, and away Tim goes. I don't think Midas is going to have much to fight back with now, but he's got a healthy gap to Midnight now in 8th place. What is the gap? About 9 seconds. Gonna be hard to catch with 11.5 minutes to go. See if Midnight can get anything extra out of that car. He's going purple, so he is pushing. Yeah, nearly 2 tenths purple through the first sector, which is a pretty impressive feat, if you ask me. Once I know the Supra is fairly quick in a straight line. Just struggled a little bit through the corners. Yeah, Midnight flying at the moment. Fat Pickles there. He's pulled a gap over Moose between 9th and 10th. Moose has got Panos right behind him. Both where did they hit? 27. 27, so they both pitted at the same time, so the tyres are pretty much exactly the same. Panos looks like he's moved a little bit more of that right rear tyre wear than Moose has. But yeah, see if Moose can hold off Panos. So for this last just over 10 minutes left of this race, pretty quickly this race has flown by. Leeds there in 12th, not too far off the back, but yeah, done well there, has Leeds. If you can keep it going on the black stuff, you won't get lapped by Tommy. But Kevin now, what's Tommy's lap times? 32, 31, 32, and Kevin there doing 32.2. So yeah, Kevin's a tiny bit slower than Tommy, so I don't think he's going to be able to catch up to Tommy and getting contention for the win. Just noticed. No. Yeah, got Infinity 11. Infinity 13. On the front left of the Mercedes there. So he'll be using a livery from season 11 for Kevin. So he'll be there with 32.5, so he's not really going too much slower. I think Kevin has opened up that gap a little bit more on this lap. Let's have a look. 31.8. Tommy's just gone even quicker at 31.3. 31.8 there and a 32.3. So half a second between them two. Golden Brownie, what's his lap time? So he's doing 32.4 to Fubuki's 32.1. So Fubuki is catching Golden by a couple of attempts. What was the blue lap? 32.2 as well. So it's, as I say, it's ebbing and flowing once again. You kind of got these little pockets of everyone, and they're all doing very similar lap times and just struggling. What is the gap between them? About 3 seconds between Golden Brownie and Fubuki. If you remember earlier, Fubuki was the head of that little pack, of about 5 seconds behind Tim. So Fubuki's done a great drive to bridge that gap and pull himself forward. Tim there doing low 32s as well. So these three drivers, Golden, Fubuki and Tim, all doing very similar lap times, all about 3 seconds apart from each other. Midas there in 7th place. Struggling a little bit on the mediums, but you knew that's going to be happening whenever you are running them. Mid 33s. Midnight there, he caught, what did he catch? Half a second last lap, and nearly a second the lap before. So as long as Midnight can hold on to these tyres and not wear them out too much, he will be able to catch up. Be interesting. About 7 seconds now between Midnight and Midas, with only 7 minutes to go, so he needs to be catching a second every minute. So he needs to be going, what's that, 7 tenths a lap? No, more than that, about 1.5 seconds a lap. Don't think it's going to be possible for Midnight to catch up to Midas, but obviously, you know, penalty here or there, and we'll soon catch that time up. But Pickles there, looks like he's lost a little bit of time. Yeah, 33.7, so maybe a penalty there for Fat Pickles on that 32, which is allowed. Loose to slip up back behind the rear end of that Macca for the last 6.5 minutes. Interesting to see who comes out on top between these two, because I think they've been about 40 odd minutes since the end of the first pit cycle. And these two have been fighting it out for around 9th place, maybe a little bit higher or lower depending on other drivers around them. Panos there just kind of sitting behind in 11th place, really being able to slip up to the rear end of Moose. Leads there in 12th place. He's had a good race, Leeds. Probably a little bit lonely there in the 12th place, but so his lap time's getting more and more consistent. Look at the last 4 laps: 33.1, 33.1, 33.2, 33.2. He's going 2 tenths blue as well, so personal best for him this time round as well. And obviously being on the mediums, shows he's got more pace on the mediums than he just do on the softs in that Ferrari, maybe due to light fuel as well. We'll see what his lap time is this time round. 32.8, so yeah, lost a little bit from the last corner up the hill, but yeah, good consistent lap times there from Leeds. Tommy now into the last 5 minutes of the race. Pretty much got this race wrapped up, as Tommy just needs to keep it facing on the black stuff, and he is good for the win. What's his lap times? 31.8, 32.3. So yeah, Kevin there just dropping a couple of tenths a lap from Tommy, but he is gaining. They're pretty much doing exactly the same lap times. 32.6, 32.3, 34, 32.6, 33, 32. Yeah, so 2 tenths Toby's lost in the last 3 laps. So has Kevin worn them tyres out, and yeah, it looks like the crossover phase potentially could be starting. Is he going to have enough time left in the race? Is Toby to try and get back up to Kevin? Looks like we've got 4 minutes, so we've got 3 laps left. I think we might get to that 38, 39. So yeah, has Toby got enough time? Golden Brownie there in 4th place. What is the lap times we're doing here? 32s, 33, 33. So yeah, about the same. 6 tenths lost for Buki last time round. Same for Tim as well. They're about the same time then too. So these guys are all just sitting around 2 to 3 seconds gap between. It looks like Tim's a little bit closer to Fubuki than Fubuki is to Golden Brownie. So 2 Hondas there, 4th and 6th, having a good race. Midas there in 7:34. He slipped in there. Not done a 32.8 in that lap on 34. Is he going to have enough fuel? Should do. Midas should have enough fuel. 6 off, 1 second off, so yeah, it's probably depending on their fastest lap, that's how much they are on the red. But Midnight looks to definitely caught up. There's about 4 seconds between Midas and Midnight. Fat Pickles, he's got a little bit of a gap now to Moose behind. He's got a little bit of a gap to Panos as well in 11th. Everyone's just kind of spreading out now near the end of this race. I'd say the only one that is a potential is Midnight on Midas. Interesting to see if he can catch that time. We've got 2 laps to do it, and he's got about 3 seconds. About 3 seconds. Yeah, about 3 seconds to Midas. So he needs to catch up. Or did he catch up last time? Half a second. So Midnight needs to go faster to gain that time, or if Midas looks to see that it's Midnight catching him, he might end up making a mistake thinking he's catching quickly. Don't make a mistake, and that's when mistakes can happen when you are under a little bit of a pressure. The guy behind is catching fast. Where is Tommy? Tommy's there. Looks like he potentially actually on the last lap. Getting close for him, across the line. He might just slow it down a little bit. He's got enough time to Kevin behind for 33.2, 32.8. So Toby really hasn't given up the fight here for this second spot. Is he? I think he's too far behind. Don't think he's going to catch enough through the infield to make a charge on Kevin for that second spot. Both pushing out wide through turn 4 there, and up this little incline to the infield. I'm looking on the mini map. I think Midas and Midnight are just coming down the back straight there towards turn 4. Looks like there's too much of a gap between them two, so it looks like Midas should be able to hold on to that 7th. Looks like Kevin here is doing a decent job through the infield, not to lose too much time to Toby in 3rd. Coming through the final little part of the lap, but Tommy pretty much from the get-go has been in first and hasn't looked back. Looks like he's going to claim it. Yeah, we've just gone over the time. All the hours. So Tommy wins here at Interlagos for round 2. Kevin looks like he's going to claim 2nd place there. Toby there finishes in 3rd. That is the top 3. Quite a bit ahead of Golden Brownie there in 4th place. So good result there for Golden Brownie. I know, I was fucking happy with that one. Vicky there will finish in 5th. Tim finishes in 6th. Them two pretty much like that for the majority of the race. Midas there, he had a couple of more laps, and Midnight might have been able to catch up to him, but Midas finishes in 7th. Midnight in 8th. Fat Pickles does finish ahead of Moose for 9th. Moose in 10th. Panos will finish in at 11th place. These have just gone through the final corner now, so obviously if you enjoyed it, hit that like button. Maybe consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. I know it says about 45 people watching have subscribed, so get yourself out there and do it. Lees finishes in 12th. That will be this race done for now. Obviously, join me next time for round 3. Thank you all for watching. Bye bye.